Hello, beautiful souls on Instagram, and welcome to Soulful Ascension. And welcome on YouTube. Just waiting for the YouTube to start up. Okay, here we are for Soulful Ascension this week. This week is all about self-love. This is everything that I've been teaching in my Benn method and why I created my Benn method, which is balance, energy, nurture, and nourish, because it's advanced self-care for the soul. And this is the energy right now. And for the rest of this month and even into May is all about self-love, self-compassion, your self-worth, your self-values, and who are you being? How are you showing up in the world? And we had the full moon on the weekend. And so this is looking at those destructive patterns, behaviors, habits, and what are you releasing and letting go of that are no longer working for you, but and not nurturing and loving you as a soul. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. And I'm so excited because self-care is what I've been teaching for many decades, but also this is an area that I had to learn myself because from my background, and so I had an eating disorder, and as a teenager I was told by my older sister, you're fat and you're ugly, and it really affected my self-esteem, my self-confidence. And I thought, wow, if I'm so fat and ugly, I'll never get a boyfriend. And this was when I was 13, 14. And so I was always dieting and always trying to be slim and lose weight and all those. And that set up a lot of destructive behavior, which caused an eating disorder and not loving my body, and put my body through a lot of destructive behaviors, which, that old program that was running, it was like there was some old program and pattern that it's like, oh no, in order to be loved by others, I have to be a certain weight, a certain size. And so this is an area that I'm very passionate about, because when it comes to self-care, this is everything that I have had to do for myself to come back into alignment with, ah, I love my body. I'm comfortable in my body. And as we age, our body shape changes, and it's like just love and accept who I am, because it's not about the physical shape. It's about who are you being and how do you show up, and it's more of your energy and how you show up. And if you're a larger male or a larger female, it's your energy. It's not the shape, and it's got nothing to do with how many curves or how many love handles, and it's got nothing to do with that. It's your energy and how you show up in the world, and that's what it makes you attractive. And I always, I mean, sure, having a six pack is nice, but it takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy. I used to, go to the gym for 2 hours every day. I mean, I love exercise and I still do, but I have really slowed down and just listening to my body. So that's my message that I choose to share is keep when you slow down, and I've been saying this over and over, it's having that quiet time, just listening to your body, because sometimes those old programs are running like, and even when you are tired or feeling exhausted or feeling depleted, if that program is I've got to go to that gym class, I've got to go do a run, I've got to go exercise, if that's pushing you, that's what will cause burnout. And burnout is something else I've experienced and had to reprogram, and we're all a work in progress, because sometimes it's you've got to just keep tuning in to your body on a daily basis. And how does your body feel? Do you feel like just going for a walk instead of a run? Do you feel like going to the gym and doing a workout, or just riding a bike, or going for a swim, or something more gentle and doing a yoga class or Pilates? So this is modifying, and when you completely just keep tuning into your body, and also what brings you joy, choose the activity, choose the exercise that brings you joy. If running a marathon and doing a triathlon brings you joy, well, go do that. Though it's not for everybody. And if going to a yoga class or just doing some gentle stretches brings you joy, do that. We are all different. We all have different metabolisms, different bodies. Okay, we're all unique. So this is about you tuning into your heart, your soul, and what brings you joy. And also tuning in, because the full moon is all about releasing and purging out the old. And I would recommend release, like even doing a cleanse, a detox. You can do a liver detox, you can do a cleanse for your large intestine, looking at the foods that no longer agree with your body, because some foods, it's a lot of people will get allergies, and it's like, wow, I used to eat this, but now I get a reaction in my body. So looking at how much gluten you eat, or how much dairy, or how much meat, or how much processed food, or how much takeaway food, and all like reevaluating all of that, and just keep tuning into your body and asking, is this what my body feels? And in the Benn Method Academy, I actually teach muscle testing, where you can test the food and test your supplements and test and keep tuning into your body. And that's what I do on a daily basis. And and also your blood, the type of blood that you have. So intuitively, and this is many, like back when I was a teenager, or even when I was living at home with my family, we were made to eat everything on our plate. And it was, the steak and the 3 veg, and we had to eat it. And I never really liked meat. And it was after I left home, I stopped eating meat. And then I studied, eat to your blood type. And I realized that my body, being an A positive, doesn't process or digest meat. So that's why it never agreed to me. So to go to a smorgasbord where there was all the carveries and all the types of meat and roast veggies and whatever, I would gravitate more to the salads and the veggies and the lentils and the hummus. And back many years ago, I was eating bread, but now it's like gluten-free all the way, and that's how I've been for many decades. So listen to your body with everything that you're putting into your body, and just keep tuning in. And these are the habits and the behaviors that you may have to let go of. And this is a time to nurture and nourish your body, your soul, and your vessel that you have in this journey, because we've all been given a body, and it's about loving and nurturing our body in this lifetime, because it's helping you, well, it's sustaining you on this planet, but it's more about your soul. And when you actually tune into your physical body and nurture and nourish your physical body, well, then it's also, and making conscious choices, well, then that's going to lift up your energy vibration. And then you add in all the other self-care spiritual practices, and you're working on the physical, the emotional, the mental, the energetic, and the spiritual, and raising up and shifting consciousness, expanding awareness, and keep visualizing the new version of you and who you choose to be. And it's a daily practice, because things come up for us, but it's about when you can just come from a place of self-love. And when you truly feel self-love for yourself in your heart, then you radiate that self-love out into the earth, to all your brothers and sisters, because you can just like close your eyes right now and just visualize love. Like, think of somebody or something that you truly love, that just brings you so much joy. And I keep thinking about, my little dachshund dog that I used to have, and she was so dear. And every time I thought of her, it's like I just felt so much love. And so, and still, even though she's passed over and transitioned, I still think of her and just feel that unconditional love that I had for her. Well, you can take that energy and give it to yourself. And that is a very simple, easy exercise that you can do on a daily basis. And also forgive yourself, and just keep, yeah, give yourself lots of nurturing, do activities that actually nurture you and what makes you feel good, and make those choices that make you feel good, that bring you joy, that lift up your energy. Be around other beautiful, positive people that make you laugh, and where you are all enhancing each other, because you're all energetically in alignment with each other. And when you can surround yourself with that community, that is loving and nurturing to your soul. So I'm now in Petaluma, which is Northern California. This is where I used to live before I moved back to Australia. And I went to an event on Sunday, and it was a soul enlightenment event, a little mini expo. And I reconnected with so many of the beautiful community in this area. And that just brought me so much joy, so much gratitude, so much love. And so find those events that truly just light you up. What lights you up? What brings you joy? What just elevates your energy, and that is fun and easy, and being around people that make you laugh, and really good-hearted, heart-centered people. Surround yourself with more of that, because that will also help you to be who you truly are, because who you truly are as a soul is unconditional love. That is who you are. And anyone who is forgotten who they truly are is acting out these behaviors that are less than loving. And so an example of that would be the narcissistic people, or the people who may be operating with another agenda, or the power over, and they are here to be the evil ones. I know use that word, it's maybe darker, the darker energy. Remember, we live in a dual reality, so there's the light and the dark, but we are bringing more light to the world, and we can actually outshine the darkness. So the more that you can actually be more loving and send out the love and the compassion to those who have forgotten who they truly are, well, then it will dim it will dim their darkness, because you're just shining light out. And then you can just remove yourself from, send them love and compassion, and then remove yourself from that environment. That's how simple it is. We all have a choice who we surround ourselves with, the environments that we go to, and which activities, which events. So find the places that are your tribe, that are your soul family. And I know for me, is my soul family is here in Northern California, and always has been. That's why I moved in 2010. So I'm looking to move back to the US, and excited for that new chapter. Though, in regards to your dreams and your reality, think about your new reality that you're creating, because that's what you came here. You came here to co-create with the universe. And hello on Instagram. I'm keeping an eye on who's watching, and welcome everyone. And also, I ask you to please subscribe and follow me on YouTube. I do lives every week for the Soulful Ascension, and your likes and your subscription and sharing with others definitely helps my channel. So I really appreciate you for sharing this content and helping to elevate the energy and the consciousness on the planet, because that's truly my purpose, my soul's mission in this life. And that's why I've been doing this work for 35 years. And it's all about shifting consciousness, expanding awareness, and helping the consciousness evolution for humanity. And that brings me so much joy. And so when you think about what your purpose is, your soul's mission, what lights you up, what brings you joy, think about that and journal on it, meditate on it, because this month, the rest of April, and then even into the half of May, and May, this is all about you stepping into your power, step into who you truly are, and what you're here to create, and what you are dreaming in. Remember the phoenix rising out of the ashes. So with the releasing and the cleansing and the purging, you're just dusting off the dirt. You're going through the metamorphosis like the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. It never goes back into the cocoon. So just keep dusting yourself off. You are the diamond that is coming out of the dirt, and you're just washing away the dirt and the dust so you can shine your light on this planet, this playground that we all get to play on. And that's what the Benn Method Academy is all about. It's looking at those hidden aspects, those blind spots, those shadow areas, anything that is keeping you stuck, keeping those limiting beliefs running, those old stories running, or keeping your energy down, or exhausted or depleted depleted, or not sleeping at night, or choosing to eat certain foods that are not loving and nurturing to you, or self-destructive behavior like drinking alcohol or taking drugs. So I was talking to somebody yesterday, and he was telling me about a friend of his who drinks a bottle of Patron, which is a liquor, um, one bottle every 2 days. And he also takes drugs because of his back pain. And I said to this person, I went, but the back pain is actually, it can be healed just like that. And this is the work I've been doing for over 20 years, and working with the body work, and empowering individuals to heal their own body, because it's all energy. We are all energy. And when you tune into the pain that may be caught in your body, and you can transmute it, dissolve it, and heal your body naturally. But if you're numbing out with drugs and alcohol and other substances, you're just numbing it out, but it's bringing your energy down, and it's keeping you caught up in that loop and that program that's running and that pattern that's running. And so if you would like a session where we can release this old pattern, you can go to my website, lindabenn.com, and book a session, and we can work on that to free you from the physical pain, or it could be emotional pain. These are all the tools that I teach in the academy. So the academy is a much more economical way of learning all these tools instead of one-to-one, because I'm limited to how many one-to-one clients I take on. So the academy is weekly calls that live with me on Zoom like this. And then we also, you have the training videos and all the training materials and all the workbooks and everything included in the academy. And you have supported for 12 months. So if that's of interest to you, I invite you to the free masterclass that I'm doing actually tomorrow. And the time is tomorrow, because I'm changing it each week, different days to suit people. So it's 4 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, which is 9 a.m. Brisbane, Australia time. And we will be covering the Benn method, what it's all about, and which is advanced self-care for the soul. But the energy right now is all about self-love, self-care, your self-worth, your self-confidence, learning self-compassion, self-forgiveness for yourself. And I really encourage you to tune in to what's coming up for you. So things are coming to the surface to be cleared, to be purged out. So what is coming up for you? And also be very aware of the signs, the messages that you're getting. Maybe it's lots of, well, it could be words coming up for you, or any little signals, or 333 numbers, or this is everything that you are seeing around you. Or it could be a notification that's like, oh, that resonates with me, because these are all opportunities for your growth, for your soul's growth. And so just when you take a step back from the external world and just be quiet and go into stillness and just go out into nature. I did a couple of awesome, beautiful hikes in nature nature when I was in the South Bay, and being around the redwoods and being around the trees. And that's also on my channel and on social media as well. So you can check that out. And when you're in nature, it's like it's so peaceful. It calms the nervous system. It is so nurturing for your mind, body, and soul. So I highly recommend that. Now, if you don't have time to go on a hike, just go out and stand on the grass with bare feet. And any way that you can connect with the earth is an opportunity just to ground. And you can use your grounding cord as a drain pipe to drain out any worry, any anxiety, any fears, anything that's no longer working for you, that's draining your energy. And when you're draining, just think about people in your life that could be draining your energy. And this is another exercise which we've talked about previously, is writing out that list and then burning it. So is there people in your life that are no longer in alignment with you, that you are moving away from? And I highly recommend for you to love yourself more and actually let them go and just send them on their way, because this is you stepping into your power, step into your inner authority, stepping into your your step into who you truly are, and anything that is no longer loving or nurturing for you, just let it go. And when you let it go, you open up to all the magic and the miracles and all those beautiful magnificent magical things that open up for you. New people come in, new situations, new opportunity. There's so many new possibilities. Everything, you open up to that infinite source, because we all have source, pure source energy flowing through us all the time. And so, but if there is a belief that is pinching off that energy, well, then that's the old program and the old wiring of the neurological networks in your brain that need cleaning out. So we had the full moon on the weekend, which we were cleansing, releasing, purging out, and letting go. And I encourage you to continue that process and just see what's coming up for you that is affecting your energy. And we go much deeper in this in the Benn Method Academy, and I invite you to that and come along for the free masterclass. I'll be doing a free masterclass each week for the next few weeks. So that's an opportunity where we get to have a one-to-one conversation. Okay, I'm going to choose a card from the Sacred Light Oracle on everything, this self-love, self-care time that we are in. It's not just a month, it's ongoing. But with Venus going direct, this is all about really tuning in to who you are, because Venus is the love, the feminine energy. But it doesn't matter if you're in a male body. It's about, we all have a masculine and a feminine energy within us, and it's about balancing that energy out, which is the first step of the Benn method. But with your actual love, well, the nurture, nourish is about you nurturing and nourishing you, which will bring your energy up, which is the second step. So that's what we'll go much deeper into in the academy. And I'm excited to share all the material that I've been putting together for decades, and everything I've experienced and studied in this lifetime, as well as from my teacher from 35 years ago when I had cancer and I healed myself of cancer. I healed myself of an autoimmune, naturally, medication free. And when I say I was at rock bottom, well, I was truly at rock bottom, mentally, emotionally, physically, and I healed myself naturally. So everything that I teach in the academy is I've gone through it. And I've gone through the experience of, narcissistic friends and completely just feeding off my energy. So that's what we'll go much deeper into, those tools, especially if, you've got energy vampires in your life. Okay, so this is the card that just popped out, and it's the Tibetan fire serpent, seeking a higher truth, discernment, which isn't this interesting, and a better path, and stepping into your authority. So we all go through experiences, just like I experienced with that woman who pretty much nearly took my soul out, but she was feeding off my energy. Now, if I recognize that energy in people now, run. Even the love bombing. And so who is in your life? And this is where I said you may want to let go of some people in your life, even if you've been friends. If they're bringing your energy down or causing you stress in any way, let them go. Because the fire serpent, this is the snake, but you can use the snake because we are in the year of the snake. So this is about shedding the old skin, but you can also bring in the dragon. Okay, the dragon with the fire, and burn away any fear entities, any demons, any attachments that is keeping you stuck and in that cycle, because that's the power that you have. And these are the tools. Everything that I have experienced, this is what I teach in the academy, and it is tools for you to take back your power, take back your sovereignty. And I was leaving the planet because I was completely just taken over. And so I know of another friend, he actually lost his cousin for a similar situation, but she didn't know the tools and she actually passed over. So this is so critical. If you are feeling anything that's not high vibration, and feeling stuck and feeling that you're just caught in these old patterns and your life is not thriving, and you just feel like you're on that loop of surviving and just barely getting through the day, reach out. These are the tools that I teach you. And it's so critical because that's what you came here. You came here to take back your power and fully remember who you are as a soul. And the Benn method is advanced self-care for the soul. And it's remembering why you're here, and all the agreements and the contracts that you had with these people before you came here. You made those contracts and agreements so that you could go through this experience in order to learn and grow from it. But when you come out the other side, you are stronger, more resilient, more courageous, and you are like focused on your soul's mission and purpose. So that is what is possible. Keep focusing on your dreams, the reality that you choose to create for the rest of your life. It's exciting. Okay, so the Tibetan fire serpent is, snakes have always been viewed as sacred medicinal creatures. The very shedding of their skin is connected to transformation, healing, and immortal life. The Tibetan fire serpent heals the spiritual state of its recipient. Its energy flows in an upward spiral with intense power and magnification. When the fire serpent rises, its energy unlocks, releasing blocked and stagnant energy as it ascends from the base chakra. By transmuting energy, it cleanses the spirit on a cellular level. A master of the fire ray, Elmora, assists with grounding this sacred energy into the lower chakras and opening those towards the crown to create balance and harmony with the physical, the mental, and the spiritual bodies. Ascended Master Elmora chooses to share the wisdom of the ancients with those who seek a higher truth, emphasizing self-mastery. Elmora suggests you unclutter your life with authority and discernment and fire up, and determination and perseverance will help shake up rigid ideas and open experiences so you are living life at its fullest. You were born to thrive, not just survive. Well, I just said that. And visit your sacred space to activate the sleeping serpent and ground your heart and anchor your spiritual self. Your needs have changed over time, and so should your daily practice. So be brutally honest with yourself. Life is about showing up and be there and be present. You are never too small to make a difference. You are the center of your universe. Is your sun shining? And the affirmation, you can write this down, is I release old energy with love and gratitude, and I am free to explore my heart's desire. So that is the Tibetan fire serpent, and everything that, well, I've just shared is what we've been talking about. That's the energy right now. Venus is direct. This is your time to self-love, nurture you. And I invite you to come join me for the masterclass tomorrow night, or it's next Monday or Tuesday if you're in the US or in Australia. It's all on Eventbrite. So look up my name, and then all my events will come up, and you can meet me on Zoom and ask me any questions that you may have or what concerns you may have. So I'm going to choose a card from the Keepers of the Light, and we'll see which Ascended Master comes through. Oh, that one just jumped out. Oh, beautiful. The Miriam. This is about sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal and see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So remember when I said when you can forgive yourself for, and this is what I needed to do for myself, with this person that nearly took my soul out. And just quickly, like when I moved to the US in 2010, and I met her at a networking event. She was love bombing me, wanting to be my friend, and it was like I didn't know anyone in the country. So I was always open to making new friends and being a big open heart. But I didn't know that she had an agenda, and she was also narcissistic, which I was naive to because I grew up with two narcissistic sisters. So I was her friend, but she kept stalking me and wanting to come everywhere I went, but she was just feeding off my energy. So after several years, it's like, wow, I'm feeling exhausted. And it was her, because she does energy work, spiritual work. She went, I think you're better off to go back to Australia. And so that was the influence to move back. But in that process, she also invited me to a plant medicine ceremony. And when you do plant medicine, you surrender your soul. And again, I was unaware that she's got an agenda and a contract with a demon that if you collect me enough souls, I will set you free. So that's what shattered my soul. And I mean, if you can imagine like a glass pillar of light, and that's who we truly are, when that is smashed and shattered, all the fragments get splattered everywhere. So over the years back in Australia, what I was doing was bringing all those fragments back and doing a soul retrieval. And these are the tools that I teach in the Benn Method Academy now, because I went through that experience so I can help others to reclaim their mojoy, but reclaim their power, reclaim their sovereignty, reclaim your who you truly are as a soul. And that's the sacred vision. That is and forgiving those who have hurt you or harmed you or betrayed you or done any kind of anything to you, but just know your soul cannot be destroyed. It is traumatic to go through, believe me. I was leaving, I just went, wow, if I'm not here to share my gifts, what's the purpose of being here? Because I did feel cut off. And so whatever this attachment was, it was bringing my light down. So I went through that experience so I can help others. So if that's you, definitely jump on the masterclass, and I'll share the extended message of the Miriam. Anyway, when it comes to self-forgiveness, this is I'm well, forgive myself and then also forgive her. And I can truly say I feel neutral. It's like we all, whatever we do in this lifetime, when we go to the other side, we do a life review. And it's like Big Brother is watching. So if you have done some very evil behavior that is not coming from a loving place, well, on the other side, you will go through a life review on everything that you have done in this life. And yeah, and you need to report back to the masters, the God team, whatever you source. Okay, so remember the choices that you make on this journey. Okay, the extended message is there is a real opportunity for you to move beyond grief or grievance at this time. The Miriam are here, swirling their holy light all around you so that you can regain a sense of union with spirit. You are loved beyond words. Choose to see the light of God in everyone and everything, and to love without boundaries. Honor others and honor yourself with that sacred vision. You are in a space of deep healing and forgiveness. Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. And so, like I said before, is anyone who is doing behavior that is less than loving, they've just forgotten who they truly are, which is unconditional love. So if that message resonates with you, let me know. Put a comment in, like this video. And in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, so many magic and miracles coming your way. And yeah, go out, create magic, create miracles this week, every week, and join me for the masterclass. So it's tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday in Australia, next Monday and Tuesday, depending on where you live, and then the following Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, we're it's different times each week. So check Eventbrite. I'll put the link in the description here as well. And I'll also add the link if you are interested in joining me for the Benn Method Academy. I'd love to have you. And thank you for sharing this video, and go out, spread your love, be the love that you are, shine your light, radiate your light, and just keep bringing in more things that uplift you and bring you joy. Sending you so much love, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye for now. Oh, hang on.